deforestation and unusual use of environment, and for the profit margin for the bigger purpose, creating a dangerous future for India. We all know the population parameter is increasing larger than China. This is extremely in crisis to maintain the resources. So the thing is that we are losing our forest, we are losing our trees, and for the real estate, for the bigger purpose, for bigger future, for bigger profit margin. What should be the plan for the upcoming days when the population parameter will cross more than 1.6 billion? That is a huge, and we have limited resources. We have to plant on energy plantations. We have to plant for renewable energy sources. This is a time of discussions. Today, I am going to discuss regarding three major purposes from Himalayan region to eastern part for eastern India, from Uttarakhand to West Bengal, the crisis from gel waves, which we all call the glacier outburst, and also the cloudburst scenario, and also the deep depressions, which is extremely crisis in West Bengal and the region of Sundarban and the region of coastal areas of West Bengal. Since the Isla Foni scenario, which is extremely high, we all know at present in Sundarbans the islands are losing their lands, and almost near about more than 60% lands under water. And this is the time to discussion the what should be the crisis management plan when the deep depressions happen, when extreme rainfall, unusual the waves of the creations of waves, creating a massive dangerous scenario for the common mass who is actually living the coastal areas. So what should be the plan, what India should do in the future part when we are talking about the Uttarakhand crisis, which we already watched in the 2025 few days ago, where we actually counted the parameters that the lands which is actually for the river, the waves for the rivers, the routes for the rivers, using for hotel and real estate business, hospitality business. This is an extreme crisis where the river will go when the cloudburst will happen, glacier outburst will happen. That should be a proper measurement should make, because in China they are already planned a particular dam scenario regarding this kinds of crisis. They knew that the crisis will happen in the future base, and this is the time to take actions on the regarding issues. On another part, in the European countries, they are also making same plan, same structure, creating a sponge cities. This is a very important perspective on the regarding of this kind of issue when we're talking making a design of sponge city. The sponge city regarding maintaining a proper green area, maintaining a proper blue area, which is very very important, that is river area, and which is another part for the population purpose and the profit centric on the real estate business. So this is the time to discuss when we are on the crisis of cloudburst, unusual rainfall, deep depression scenario, glacial outburst. Since the Himalayan region from Sikkim, which is extremely in crisis, in Sikkim we all know more than 16 at present is the counting on more than 16 mountains areas is under red alert zone, because actually the parameter when we are talking about discussions regarding the mapping, the when the cloudburst will happen, when the glacial lake blast will be burst, and it will creating like massive flood, massive sea level rise, and the massive crucial impact of the waves, which creating a massive dangerous purpose on the people and the particular areas on the mountain area and the mountain zone. And this is the time to discussions regarding what should be the plan. From Chicago, there the university professors and the other researchers came to India regarding the discussions that how artificial intelligence in the LMS process can help this kinds of disaster. And it is like before 7 days, before 8 days, there should be a plan of monitoring the scene, and it should be a proper technique that people should understand this kinds of language, a message to the people that this is the time of discussions regarding the disaster which will come after 7 days, and this is the time of measures that this is the security measurement, and they are monitoring the glacial outburst, the scenario of cloudburst scenario. Because the first thing is that definitely we have to think and discuss regarding the sea level rise, the warming situation, and the heat waves in the sea level. That is a crisis at present, because sea becomes more warm, more heat in the area of Indian coastal areas. The Bay of Bengals, the other areas also facing the same kinds of scenario. The areas of Bay of Bengal, the coastal areas facing the crisis of sea level rise, and also the heat waves, which is creating a massive dangerous scenario and impact for the future, which will become the bigger crisis for the sea level rise, and also the sea impact or the extreme heat waves. But the thing is that when we are talking, the first thing is the cloudburst and the GLOS from the Himalayan region. What we actually was that there is the proper no proper channel or proper route for the river which should maintain. There should be a proper forest zone that should create a control of flood scenario, because we all know tree have the power to control the water. That is the sponge like sponge city made in Eastern Europe, and they have started making this kind of sponge city. So this is the time to discussions that there should be a proper plan of tree. The tree can control the flood scenario, which is very, very important for the landslide time and the extreme glacial outburst. The thing is that there should be a proper separate zone which is not actually affected at the time of cloudburst or the extreme flood. There should be a proper real estate market and the marketing based on the hospitality management, on the development and profit centric market. So the purpose is the separate of green area, purpose to the separate for the river zone, purpose to the separate of if the crisis happen in the glacial outburst or extreme cloud burst scenario, there should be a proper channel of river. And the other purpose, there should be a proper real estate and the purpose of the people for the profit centric. There should be a purpose zone of the profit centric margin. So there should be three purpose zone in the particular area. And the second thing is there should be a proper team of community. They should avoid that this is the time of extreme emergency. The team of particular local communities, their communities should understand about climate equations regarding this kind of scenario, that this is a time of alarming scenario, this is the time of happen, what should be the action oriented plan. We all know this is that NDRF and other government teams always play action oriented role and creating more situation like work on the when this kind of situation happen. Also armed force also creating these kinds of work at the time of crisis. But the thing is that the common mass should educated on climate education. They should know, they should avoid about this kinds of purpose, which will helpful for upcoming days for their survival and their community development and their resources, and also save their future. So this is another part, this is the second part or the particular things. And the another thing is river management, which is very, very important. I already mentioned there should be proper monitoring zone, there should be proper alarming zone, there should be proper river waste management, there should be proper river management regarding when the flood will take place. There should be a proper route of flood, that the flood happens and this is the route that river should go till whatever whatever she wants to go. There should be a proper route. In Uttarakhand, there was no route actually. This was the actually crisis of devastations. And the same thing when we are talking about Sikkim, there are alarming parameters, there are monitoring system. But the thing is that people should aware, people should communicate and educate on the purpose on the regarding this kind of communication scenario. And this is a time of afforestation too, because we all know India is losing forest, from forest fire to unusual rainfalls, for crisis of islands, crisis of sinking of the lands. This is extremely dangerous scenario at present, we all know. But we have to think that population parameter is increasing. We have very limited resources. On the purpose of Eastern India, when we are talking about West Bengal, there is extreme depression regarding extreme heat on sea level rise. Sea level coastal areas is heat is extreme, creating deep depressions, which is impacting on climate victims on the time of unusual rainfall, unusual coastal crisis, unusual disaster from the cloud burst. And this is the crisis of extreme depression from same like West Bengal, Odisha, Kerala, and the other states from the coastal areas part. So this is the time to think regarding those areas. When we're talking about mangrove reforestation, this is very, very important. Regarding coastal areas, when mangrove is creating a wall like to control the flood scenario. Same situation, same parameters, same ideology, same structure should be maintained from other states, from West Bengal, from Odisha, from Kerala, from Tamil Nadu, other areas. There should be maintained on the purpose which is actually based on sea level areas. There should be proper structure of planting. There should be proper structure on the dam purpose, because mangroves also creating a dam rules. So this is the time to discussions regarding when we are talking about extreme cloudburst, when we are talking about deep depressions, cloudburst is taking place regarding this kind of issue. There should be another thing is health parameter zone. which is very, very important. What should be the action oriented health medical center that should be maintained in a proper purpose? On each and every part which is belongs to the crisis center, there should be a proper health center regarding doctors, medical facilities, and other things. There should be immediate action oriented rule. And this is the time to when we are talking about climate discussions regarding the time of May to August, which is very, very crucial time. In India, this is the time of extreme heat scenario and also the rainfalls, rainy seasons, and this is the time to discussions regarding these kinds of purpose. And this is the time to think that every year from May to August, these 4 months, the climate crisis management should be more actively regarding these kinds of issues, from cloudburst, from glacier outburst, from deep depressions, everything, because we can't control the heat waves because we have not actually trying to control the renewable energy sources using more. But the thing is, we have the particular energy sources from the coal purpose. In India, the main energy, the main black diamond is coal. There is the energy, huge energy sources. We are actually not completely ready for the renewable energy sources. Each and every area not developed on the renewable energy sources, like Rajasthan, like other countries from other states from like Rajasthan and other areas. So we are trying to make renewable energy sources. We have to use ocean on the bigger purpose regarding on green hydrogen, regarding making other energy sources, regarding other purpose on like air, using of energy of air, using energy of hydropower, which is very, very important. But the thing is, this is not a new purpose. This is not a particular. We have not actually resources on the regarding on this. This is extreme money generated ideas, money generated plant, because we have to think something more easier for the upcoming days. Because this is belongs to people. This is belongs to farmers. This is belong to their land. This is belong to their prices and resources. So this is the time to discussion about upcoming generations and upcoming future. Thank you.